Alright, so here we're looking at year 9 and basically some shaped questions that incorporate what we need to know this unit. So number 1, what's the volume of a cube with sides of 6 centimeters? Well, the volume of a cube is L cubed, and if each side is 6, it's 6 cubed. Now we use our calculator for there. So that is 6 to the power of 3, which is 216. So the volume must be 216 cubic centimeters. Don't forget units. What's the area of a circle with a radius of 9 centimeters? Well, the area of a circle is pi r squared. R stands for radius, so it's pi times 9 squared. Again, let's put that into our calculator. So we've got pi times 9 squared, which gives us 254.469. Now it says 2 decimal places, so therefore it will be 254.47 squared centimeters because it's an area. Alright, number 3. What is the area of the following triangle? Well, the area of a triangle is base times height divided by 2, and base and height must be at right angles to each other, so therefore it's 11 times 23 divided by 2. Put it straight into our calculator. 11 times 23 divided by 2 is 126.5 squared centimeters. So remember, base and height must be at right angles. Number 4. What is the length of the hypotenuse for the following triangle? Well, the hypotenuse is the longest side opposite the right angle, so we've got to do Pythagoras. Our formula is a squared plus b squared equals c squared. So that's 7 squared plus 5 squared equals c squared, because here we labelled a is 7 as b is 5. 7 times 7 is 49, 5 times 5 is 25, and 49 plus 25 is 74. Now if c squared is 74, then c must be the square root of 74, which we must use our calculator for. 8.6023, so it's 2 decimal places again. C must be 8.60 centimeters. Number 5. What is the area of the following shape? Well, first let's sort of work out what sort of shape it is, and in this case it is a trapezium because it has one pair of parallel sides. And the area of a trapezium is our 2 parallel sides added together times by the height divided by 2. So our 2 parallel sides are 1 and 9. The height between them is 6, and we divide it by 2, which gives us 30 squared centimeters. So 30 squared centimeters was the area of the trapezium. Next page. Number 6. What is the volume of a cylinder with a height of 12.5 and a diameter of 13? Again, sometimes it makes it easier to draw. Well, a height of 12.5 makes that 12.5 centimeters, and a diameter of 13 is there. Now, the volume of a cylinder is base times height. Base is a circle, height is h, so we substitute in. The radius here is 6.5, and the height is 12.5, so all we need to do is type that into a calculator. 6.5 squared times by pi times by 12.5, and we get our volume 1659.15 to 2 decimal places. What is the surface area of a cylinder with a radius of 9 and a height of 11? I'm going to draw it again. This time it's giving us the radius of 9 and a height of 11. Now the surface area is, now you could think of it as a prism, like 2a plus ph if you unfolded it to the net, i.e. 2a plus the perimeter of the circle, which is called the circumference, times the height, if you will. Or you could just learn the formula. So the surface area of a cylinder is 2 area, which is pi r squared, plus pi dh. Some people use 2 pi r, I use pi d. Let's just substitute it in. 2 times pi times the radius, which was 9 squared, plus pi times the diameter times the height. So let's just double check that. 2 pi r squared, so pi radius squared plus pi times the diameter. 9 plus 9 is 18 times 11. Good. And now we just put that into our calculator. So that would be 9 times 9 times 2 times pi. And we're adding pi times 18 times 11. And we should get 1130.97 squared centimetres because it's an area. What is the total volume of the following shape? Well, this is a prism, and here's our cross section at the front. So the volume of the prism is the area times the height between them. So all we need to do is work out the area here and times it by that height. Now this area is a rectangle and a triangle, which isn't too bad. So let's just do my area. It's rectangle plus triangle. So I've used rectangle and base times height over 2 is triangle. I've just used different base 1 and height 1 just to show that they're different. Right, my rectangle is 16 by 8, so 16 times 8. And my triangle, now the height of the triangle is the same as this one, so the height of the triangle must be 8. I just need to find now the base of the triangle from there to there. Well, from there to there is 8, which is the same as from there to there, and it's all 16. That must be 8 as well. So therefore the area of the shape must be 16 times 8 plus 8 times 8 divided by 2, and we get 160 squared centimetres. Now the volume of the prism is A times the height between them, which is 12. So the volume must be 160 times 12. So the volume is 1920 cubic centimetres. So we did 160 times 12, we've got 1920 cubic centimetres. Alright, and finally, what is the surface area of the following triangular prism? Again, we could use surface area formula, which is 2a plus ph. We can find the area of the triangle, fine, but to find the perimeter of the triangle, we need this measurement here, which is the hypotenuse. So we actually have to do Pythagoras. So that's 5 squared plus 12 squared equals c squared, or 25 plus 144 equals c squared, and you get 169. So if c squared is 169, then c must be the square root of 169, which is actually exactly 13. So let's look at our formula. 2 lots of the area. Well, the area of a triangle is base times height divided by 2, so in this case that's 12 times 5 divided by 2, plus the perimeter of the triangle. Well, that's 5 plus 12 plus 13, which is 30, and the height between them is 15. And you can actually just type that into your calculator as you will, so which is going to be 510 squared centimetres. So 2 lots of the area, which is the front and back, plus the perimeter times the height, which will give us the surface area of this triangular prism. So that's some shape questions on year 9.